Ladies and gentlemen, a fight at the dinner table of the System of a Down household.
Wake up! Grab a brush and put a little makeup. I discards to fade away the shake-up.
I discards to fade away the shake-up.
Hey, why'd you leave your keys up on the table? Wake up! You wanted to. Grab a brush and put a little makeup. You wanted to. Why'd you leave your keys up on the table? You wanted to.
You wanted to. I tell you why you did it, because you wanted to. Life is a water bong. He took a milky head, but he didn't cough. Cause we are the ones who smoke the weed. Always smoke the bud, but we never smoke the seeds.
Hey, that's awesome. Life is a water bong. You wanted to.
You wanted to.
Might as well face it, you're addicted to nugs.
Look here, player. We getting high as a motherfucker in this joint right now.
Look, I'm getting ripped on this side.
Stonedhenge, baby.
Hello, everyone out there in the world of the interweb, and thanks for checking out another episode of the Stonedhenge Show podcast. This is episode number 12, and I am Todd.
And I'm Brandon, and on today's episode, we're going to cover a few topics such as the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl, bowl.
We're going to talk a little bit about Reddit. Todd's going to educate me on, what it is, and we're going to laugh. I mean, I checked it out today a little bit. It was pretty funny. We're also going to talk about comic books a little bit. I subscribe to a few, so I figured I'd go ahead and talk a little bit about those. And, of course, we're going to talk about my fiance, Beyonce.
I was telling Brandon about how Fiance is doing the halftime show this year. I was telling Brandon about how Beyonce is doing the halftime show this year at the Super Bowl, and we thought of a scenario to where there's a white good old boy who has asked Beyonce to marry him, and she has obliged, and he is breaking the news to his mother.
That's right, and I'm glad everybody's come to dinner tonight. It's a special occasion for me, means a lot. I just want to introduce the whole family to my fiance, Beyonce. What do you say?
What do you say,
y'all say
to my fiance, Beyonce? Is this funny to picture her and her black diva glory marrying like a white good old boy?
Yeah, I just love her, man. I can't quite explain it. Race, love has no bounds, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
It don't matter what color you are, what planet you're from, none of that,
I remember the first time I saw Bugaboo. I saw this woman's eyes, and I said, that will be my prize. And went to one of the concerts, threw a rose up on the stage with my phone number. She called me, and here she is now in front of you guys, who I love, my fiance, Beyonce.
Hey, another thing I wanted to do, which is much deserved, is give some credit again to Jeff Carrico, man. I don't know if you saw the message we got on through Facebook, but he's gone ahead and put the last episode up on YouTube for us.
Yeah, I did see that, and I wrote him thanking him for his contribution. Jeff's a rad dude, man. He has been uberly supportive, and doing that is just another notch in your belt of support, Sir Carrico.
That's right, brother, and we thank you very much. And this is my fiance, Beyonce.
Jeff, I just want to introduce you and your family to a special woman here. Grabbed a hold of my heart like a kid in a candy store. My fiance, Beyonce.
This woman smelled sweeter than a plate of yams with extra syrup. And I just want you to know she's my fiance.
Isn't that an Outcast line?
Yeah.
Stonedhenge, baby.
So it looks like we're gearing up for Super Bowl number 47 coming up this week, Todd, right?
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I'm excited because I'm a sports fan.
This Sunday, Super Bowl 47.
Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that I'm sure are sports fans and music fanatics alike.
Oh, dude, there's tons of them, man. I feel like there were more... I was always around more people who were into sports and music than weren't, actually.
I think it was more of a rarity down here. It was either or. Like, are you a sports guy? Or are you an art guy?
Yeah, are you one of those sport art guys? Are you a Spark guy?
I tell them I'm right in the fucking middle. I love both ends of the spectrum. Leave me alone.
So who's going to be in the Super Bowl this year?
This year, it's an interesting matchup, and it was kind of the media's dream matchup because the two brothers, John and Jim Harbaugh, their two teams are facing off for the Super Bowl this year in the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers.
Ravens versus 49ers.
And Brandon likes to call the 49ers the 69ers.
Yeah, it makes everything funny.
Which does it totally does make it funny to picture a football team running out on the field after their introductions and just sucking each other's dicks at the same time.
They're just rolling around on the field. They roll out onto the field just like head and foot.
They tackle. That's how they tackle people. They conform to each other and roll like a barrel as they suck each other's dicks and take your feet out.
So it's brother versus brother in the Super Bowl this year. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, dude. It's and Jim Harbaugh used to be an NFL quarterback too, but this is his second season with the 49ers, and he has brought them in just 2 years from one of the worst teams in the league to now playing for the championship. So it's pretty crazy.
Well, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, and the Super Bowl is actually going to be in your old lady's hometown.
Yeah, she had mentioned that. She had mentioned that it was going to be there in fucking Louisiana. Goddamn. Goddamn Louisiana.
Down on the bayou, we's going to play some football now.
Round these parts, they call it NOLA.
Down here around these parts, they call it NOLA. And then you play the pigskin on the NOLA vibe.
She would probably be offended by that.
I know. A lot of people would.
Yeah, but why, man? You know, why? That's what I want to know.
It's Cajun dialect,
Why, man?
How it is.
Why?
Just like when anyone talks about how we talk here, it's always... Well, man, I tell you what. Hey, man. Hey, I'm going to go down to North Carolina. Boy, here we go.
Bang-a-bong-a-bong-a-bong.
Bang-a-bong-a-bong.
So, I mentioned this earlier before we were recording, but, you know, back in the day, my dad would always buy stuff to make sundaes on Super Bowl Sunday, and we would always eat, like, awesome ice cream sundaes.
And I think that's a great idea, too, I had mentioned.
Yeah, man, it's a good tradition.
But in fairness, if you offer me an abundance of ice cream in nearly any situation in life, I'm gonna be like, that's pretty fucking awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Ice cream's pretty great.
Like, look, what we're gonna do this weekend, we're gonna go down to the city landfill and just double check and make sure people aren't dumping the wrong shit. But we're gonna eat a shitload of ice cream while we're there. I'll be like, sign me up.
Yeah, I'm like, cool. We're gonna eat a shitload of shit flavored ice cream around there.
But is it ice cream? It is. Okay, cool. I'll do it. Fuck it.
I mean, it's just flavored like shit, right?
The ice cream's just shit flavored, right? It's not actually shit.
Hey, I'm sorry for getting off there. So, do you have a favorite in the Super Bowl?
I really don't, man. I just want to see a good game. Anyone who knows me at all knows that I'm a diehard Chicago Bears fan because my mom's side of the family is from Chicago, so I'm a big Chicago sports fan.
See, that's awesome. The only team I follow, period, in sports actually is the Seattle Seahawks, and that's because it's my dad's favorite team. What I'm hoping to see now that you've educated me just a little bit is like I hope that it's like a Cain and Abel story, and one of the brothers like kills the other one in battle
in the middle of the game.
Yeah, it's just like brother versus brother. That'll be the movie about it. It'll be called Brother versus Brother. It's a tale as old as time. Brother versus brother.
Disney would have to make it though.
Yeah.
They seem to make every fucking crazy or motivational sports movie these days.
Yeah, they do a good job at it.
Yeah, Disney isn't that bad.
Disney's been pumping out some awesome shit, man. I mean, the Avengers, that was a Disney movie, man.
Yeah,
that shit was fucking awesome.
Yeah, they killed it on the Avengers for sure. Something interesting about this year's Super Bowl is the halftime entertainment is actually going to be provided by Beyonce.
Hello world. I just want y'all to see for the first time my Beyonce.
For the first time. Like some redneck dude just walks out on the Super Bowl stage and introduces her.
Hello world.
My name is Brian Simmons. I'm from Jericho, Mississippi. Jericho.
I just want to introduce y'all to my fiance, Beyonce, the future Miss Brian Simmons.
But she's gonna keep just going by Beyonce.
Beyonce Simmons.
Oh hell no! Ain't no man strong enough to make me change my name.
So apparently, I read via websites and podcasts that I listen to that there was some stink over Beyonce lip syncing something
at the inauguration, dude. I was actually just about to bring that up because one of my big gripes with the Super Bowl performances of the past few years is when the Who did it. Everybody critiqued them and said they sounded like shit, and they're old, man. They're like around 70 years old now. But they went out there and they fucking played and sang every note of their fucking songs. And every other fucking performance I've seen in probably the past 5 years have all been lip synced bullshit theatrics. You know, it's more about all these hundreds of people coming in crazy fucking outfits and doing these dances no one gives a fuck about, as opposed to the actual performance from this millionaire fucking entertainer that can't even sing their own shit.
Was it Madonna last year?
Yeah, and she didn't sing a fucking word.
That's
dude.
right. Yeah, and last year was the one where all the conspiracy websites were talking about how it was some kind of Illuminati fucking ritual that they were performing up there. I thought that was pretty funny.
I do remember in last year's halftime show, some dude kept doing like racking his nuts on this tightrope and bouncing back up. And it was like everybody who saw it was like, how in the fuck do you do that, man? Like it was really awkward. He was albino,
it was a fucking
actually.
Satanic. It was a Luciferian Illuminati ritual, dude, performed in front of the world.
He's sacrificing his genitalia for the demise of the American people.
For the devil.
I'm gonna bounce my balls off of this tightrope for Lucifer.
Hey, Hey, personally, if there is a hell and a devil and all that, like Madonna, I feel is like certainly in league with Satan.
Oh yeah,
that's possible.
Yeah, they're buddies.
They gotta be.
She I think had a big hand in the changing of censorship over the years.
Oh, definitely, man.
She started pushing the bar, man, with some of those videos. You think about what was that one song she had that was like, "I'm not your bitch, don't blame your shit on me."
Yeah, I know the song you're talking about. I mean, erotic, that whole shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, you're
And Madonna's a nasty bitch, dude.
Yeah, man. And
I
she's
feel for
also
certain
busted,
she's got some critters.
She's busted as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
personally,
I do not think she's attractive at all in any phase of her life. I was never really that attracted to that woman, but she I'm pretty certain she has some cooter critters in there.
I'm gonna be real. I'm pretty sure she's got a couple cooter critters.
I started messing around with Madonna, and once I got into her vagina, I started to notice there's some critters in there. So I met Beyonce, and now she's my fiance.
Dude, I read somewhere, and you probably know about this. Apparently, some football player is going to put out a commercial during the Super Bowl to promote like same-sex marriage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. I figured you'd heard about it. I don't have it pulled up in front of me or anything.
I actually have not heard about that yet, surprisingly.
I kind of think that's kick-ass, man, if that happens.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I know you and I have spoken about it several times, and everybody has their different views on so many different things, but that is truly one of those topics for you and I. It's like, who fucking cares, man?
Yeah. I mean, who gives a fuck, man? If you want to get married, just do it.
Yeah. Just go fuck whoever you want to fuck and be happy and do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah, and if you're going to stay with them, then like, you deserve the fucking tax break.
Yeah.
The coming tax breaks that are, that you deserve. Get that shit. Get it. Go get it.
Go get that money, baby.
Hey, if you love somebody, then just go for it, I don't know what that was all about.
that was our political statement of the day.
Yeah, that was our plug for same-sex marriage. Go gays.
Yeah, equality. Can you dig it?
Yeah, just hey, equality.
We have to be. We need to learn how to be more artistic when we make these statements, like Chris Martin from Coldplay or something.
Yeah. Well, I've always thought, like, who cares, if you love each other and you want to be together, then you should be able to get married. You know what I'm saying? Everyone.
And then paint equal signs on your cheekbone. So everyone knows. He always comes in on the live shows, always goes to, yeah.
I just think, gay or straight, it doesn't matter as long as you love each other.
Come on now, Stonehenge.
So, Brandon, you and I were talking recently about making it a point to kind of educate each other on things that we're into. Perhaps the other one doesn't follow as much, but to do so over the air so that it made for a more entertaining scenario for us to kind of bring each other into the light on these things. So for me, it's the sports thing. And then one of your big passions in life is comic books.
Right.
You have been reading the Animal Man series, correct?
I have been, man. There are actually a few things that I wanted to talk to you about on the comic book front, because for one, it's like there are very few things in life that we're both like really passionate about that we don't share. You know what I mean?
Right.
So to talk about comic books is like I feel like crazy and like nerdy because I'm like, oh man, I gotta make this sound like really awesome. But all right, so I subscribe to Batman, Justice League, Animal Man, Swamp Thing, Justice League Dark, and the whatever Rocketeer issues have been coming out. I've been picking those up too.
And do you have a personal favorite of those?
Yeah, I mean, the Animal Man and Swamp Things have been like out of this world. Like I've got every issue since the New 52 started, just a little over a year ago. And it was a big surprise because I never thought I would be saying, "Oh, hey, Animal Man is like really awesome, and you guys should read it." I mean, Animal Man was like really lame for the longest time, but it's drawn like old horror comics, and it feels really intense and like on edge. Like every issue, you're just like, "God damn it, man! Like, what's gonna happen? Like, this is so fucked up."
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, man. You should look into it. What is
Animal Man's power again?
All right, so check this out. Basically, since they've restarted, the story goes that his daughter, okay, he's got this like 4-year-old daughter, and she is like the avatar for the red, and basically the red represents all living things. There are three main colors that are in this that you deal with. It's black, red, and green. The green is plant life, red is animal and human life, and the black is just like decay and death. Like, so these three like cycles, like you need, for life to exist. But this story starts off with like the black is just like getting like way too powerful. So anyway, this little girl is like supposed to be like the defender for the red, but she's like too young. So they give her dad these powers to protect her, and basically he can call from anything that any animal can do and combine them in these ways, so that like if he wanted to be able to fly like an eagle, you know what I mean? Like have the strength of a fucking rhino and the speed of a cheetah, like he could all at once. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. So he's like really, really powerful.
So you could be like, I want to fuck like a billy goat.
Yeah.
But I want to come like a lion.
I want the dick of a horse and the just sheer brute strength of a gorilla. And the neck of a giraffe.
And a rhino's head.
Yeah.
I want to draw that.
It's like, so just like anything he can think or can pull from, like he can use, which is really cool. And he gets into a lot of, and like the Animal Man and Swamp Thing have crossed over since like the middle, since around like issue 6 or so. They've been like coming back and forth, like they've had to help each other out. So
they're showing up in each other's storylines.
Yeah, it's really interesting, man. Like, and the artwork is fucking gorgeous in both of them, and the Swamp Thing and the Animal Man. The Batman has been really, really good too, Todd. Like, since this dude Scott Snyder is writing it, and he's fucking awesome, man. Like, the way it started off from issue 1, it was this brand new villain that Batman had never dealt with. He didn't bring back any old villains, and it was really fucking crazy. And now that bit is over, dude, the Joker has come back. And cool. dude, and it is the most fucked up interpretation of the Joker that I've ever read, man. He's so fucking evil. It is crazy, dude. It is so like he doesn't have a face. He just wears these bandages because he let somebody cut his face off. And they haven't really explained why yet, but he let somebody do it, and it's fucked him up real bad because he doesn't have a face.
Now, maybe you can tell me this, in the original storylines, did the Joker have a deformity on his face like they wrote into the story of Tim Burton's first Batman movie?
As far as the comic books go, there's no definitive background to the Joker. Nobody knows what his background is.
Okay. When
Alan Moore wrote the Joker, he wrote an origin story for the Joker where he was just this like small-time hood. He like Batman rolled up on and knocked him into like a vat of like crazy shit, and it made him like look crazy.
Yeah.
But there are also other origin stories out there. So I think like in what was so interesting in the Dark Knight movie, in Nolan's Dark Knight, is that the Joker tells how his face got that way like 2 or 3 different ways in the movie.
Yeah.
Which is exactly how I would picture the Joker. That nobody would know really what happened to him.
Yeah, that is interesting. That must have been Nolan's way of kind of saying, you decide for yourself how he ended up like this.
And I think that's so fucking cool, man. I think that is so cool. That like, there's no way to ever know where he came from. He just showed up and he's fucking crazy. So yeah, Todd, everybody, read the fucking Animal Man, read the new Batmans. The new 52 is excellent. Also, in the Marvel world, X-Men versus Avengers happened, and I got all those too. You should read those; they're good.
X-Men versus Avengers?
Yeah, it was fucking. It was a really wild ride.
And did you say that it just ended?
Yeah, it spanned like 12 issues, I think.
Oh, cool.
Dude, it was so crazy that there were there's the like AVX series, but there was also another series that coincided with it, which was like I don't remember how many issues it is. It's like 8 issues or something. It's just like pictorials of the battles themselves, because like the battles were so epic and shit, like you couldn't cover it all in like a dedicated storyline.
Comic books are something I've been wanting to get into, man. To be honest with you, it's one of those things, if you haven't followed it, you don't exactly know where to start, because I always find that I'm fascinated in the movie interpretations and all different forms of such, I guess, but I've never dove into the comic book world.
I feel like now is a really good time, man, because not only can you catch up on the last year's worth of comics in like pretty small graphic novels.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, dude, it started all over again from scratch. So like you didn't miss much.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They started everybody over again from scratch. So it's like really cool to see what they're doing with all these characters.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start somewhere. Maybe when I come out to visit soon, you can give me some starter material.
I totally will. I totally and brutally will.
Totally brutally.
All right, so I guess that's it for Comic Talk on Stonedhenge.
Stonedhenge, baby.
We can talk about Reddit, or we can talk about the weather outside. Just stay inside your house and go to reddit.com.
What a weird commercial.
Yeah.
Stay inside your house.
The snow is falling on Reddit. So stay inside your house and go to reddit.com.
The snow's falling on Reddit. A big passion of mine that I've gotten into recently, and I find myself perusing this site nearly every day, is reddit.com. And I know I mentioned it briefly in an episode or two ago, but to me, I have found that it is my perfect website, because it features anything I want it to, really. Everything from funny to enlightening to advice on certain things, or moments to where you can give advice to somebody. But it's essentially a forum for those of you who have never been to it. And people post links. And when you post the link, people either upvote it or downvote it. So then your end result is when you log in and you go to the front page, pretty much everything you're going to be looking at on the front is going to be pretty awesome. It's rare that it's not, because it's kind of run through the ringer of all these hipsters and smarter people saying, yeah, this is great, or no, this sucks. So I find myself pretty addicted to it. You can modify all of your interest in categories that they call subreddits. So there's all these subreddits that you can pick the various categories on, like weed, funny, awkward humor, what the fuck type categories, where people just post pictures of crazy ass shit that they find. I mean, it's all over the map, but that's why I find that I'm so addicted to it, because it's kind of everything that I want in one spot.
Yeah, and I got on there before the show a little bit just so I could give it a good, once over to see what it looks like from somebody that's never been there before, really. And I saw like some meme pictures telling me as a newbie on Reddit to stay away from Reddit, which is like very typical of like the internet culture today. It's like, stay out, noob. Look out, man. You're gonna lose all your fucking time here on this website.
Right. It's like when you see someone picking up a cigarette for the first time. It's like, don't do that, man. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's cool, but don't do that. Like, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's one of those sites I'm afraid of because, like, I frequent Above Top Secret, and it's like, dude, nothing on that fucking website really I would ever want to talk about on the show. But it's like it's such a fucking rabbit hole, man. I'll lose myself forever on there. But Reddit is definitely like way more lighthearted for the most part.
But you do learn a lot of shit. You learn some of the images that you'll click on if you're just sitting there just casually going through the site. Some things you will see are disturbing, but it's not in the like faces of death sense. It's more in the photojournalism sense of this is some of the shit that you will see in this country or that country that the media isn't really going to show you. For example, the other day they had a really awesome picture that just said the headline for this link was from a different perspective. And when I clicked on it, it were the Great Pyramids of Giza, but the picture was taken from the other side, not the side that, you know, any textbook or anything that you look at, you see this seemingly endless patch of desert with these great pyramids. This picture was
how it always looks.
Right. This picture was taken from the other side that this typical angle is shot from. And from the other side, it was an aerial view. And it pretty much, the desert goes up to a cliff, you know, maybe half a mile away from the pyramid. And beyond that is just extremely developed commercial tourist type city. And we're literally right beside the pyramids. And then I go on to read the article and people post all the replies to it. And this guy posted a picture that he took when he was there. And he's sitting at a Pizza Hut directly across the street from the Great Pyramids. And everyone's just kind of like, and I had the same feeling. Everyone's just like, man, well, this fucks everything up, man. Like one day I wanted to do a camel, you know, with a local native, you know, and do a camelback ride out there and explore and really take in the history. But then you see that angle of it that truly shows where it is. And it's just, I don't know. I was thankful to see that because now I really don't have an interest in going to see them.
Hey, man. Fucking human slaves to aliens built that shit anyway. It's just a monument to our slavery, bro.
We're studying that shit in my class. Not the alien side. I wish we were. That'd be awesome.
That would be really cool.
But yeah, I mean, it has everything from, you know, stuff like that to funny shit or interesting facts about celebrities that you may not know.
So what's the weed stuff like on Reddit?
Well, they have a subreddit called Trees, and under that, there's lots of people who grow their own, like to post pictures of it, like baby pictures on Facebook, which is pretty rad. And they have several tips for smoking, or you guys should try this bong or this, you know, this apparatus that I tried. It's really nice. Or articles about celebrity entertainers who are potheads. So that interestingly brings us to our next topic that we wanted to talk to you guys about, which were celebrity stoners, which we think absolutely rule because Brandon and I are both very much productive people that spend a majority of our time high because we feel as though it is a great thing. Smoking weed is a great thing, does not harm society, opens people's minds up, makes people happy, makes people relaxed. You know, it's a good thing, and we highly condone those out in the entertainment world or working world that also know how to make that balance of enjoying everything on that sense, but still being productive and making something of your days and eliminating that notion of the lazy fucking squinty-eyed slack-ass couch potato stoner.
Yeah, I think it's great to draw attention to, and I'd say for the most part, salute these people who are out, who are very public people, loved by millions, blah blah blah, but they're pot smokers.
Yeah,
so they're pot smokers just like you and me, dude.
Yeah, I mean they just do like, they do what we do, and we do what they did. What we're doing here, guys, Brandon and I are each on a different website. I am at a website that I just found. We both just found these. My website is called celebstoner.com.
Yeah, and I'm sitting over here at tokeofthetown.com.
Toke of the Town. Weed website URL names are funny as hell, by the way.
Yeah, they're awesome. I wish it was tokeofthetown.nug or something instead. Hey, come on down to tokeofthetown.weedsmoke and just check out our celebrity stoners.
.pot.
Yeah, .pop. tokeofthetown.bowl.
So what is an interesting tidbit of information that you're finding on yours? I have a list of I guess just popular celebrity stoners that I was just going to pick a few of these. Some of them are kind of obvious, but some of them I think would be interesting to discuss. Now, granted, I guess we have to say that we don't know the credibility of these websites, but we're going off of the assumption that this stuff is kind of common knowledge, but we never paid attention to it before.
Yeah, exactly. And I just stumbled onto this short list they've got of like famous high flyers in pop culture.
Okay. What catches your eye?
Well, the very first picture is one of Rihanna with like no makeup or anything. They just caught her. Looks like she's sitting on a fucking, just like she's sitting outside somewhere smoking a giant blunt.
That's awesome.
The article is by Cannabis. the article is by Cannabis.
So I guess the thing that Brandon and I seem to find interesting is that if you are indeed a celebrity and we find that you smoke weed, even if we think everything you do sucks, you're kind of escalated into an upper tier because you're a star that actually smokes weed, and that's something we do. So we have something in common.
Yeah, I mean, it's that, well, I mean, at least you smoke weed.
Yeah. Well, they suck at everything, but at least they smoke weed.
At least you smoke weed and people, like, know you.
Who is somebody or something interesting that you're finding on tokeofthetown.com?
All right, so look, I've decided I switched it up. I'm at Jezebel.com, and I'm at a list of 35 celebrity stoners, dude, okay?
Oh, nice.
And there's a picture of Charlize Theron, like, just chilling by a pool somewhere, smoking weed out of an apple.
Oh, man. See, and I love her.
Dude, that is awesome.
That makes her even more awesome. Charlize Theron is, she's a fine woman.
She is, and it's cool that she smokes out of an apple. I mean, hey, if you're ever on tour, here's a tip. If you don't want to keep a bowl on you, hey, you keep an apple around, you always turn it into a pipe. We used to smoke out of them all the time.
Yeah, Brandon and I are apple smoking experts.
We're apple advocates and experts.
So, Charlize, big props to you out there doing your thing on the marijuana front. Let's see. Let's find someone else who has accomplished a shitload and likes to smoke other weed. Oh, here's a good one. Richard Branson, the CEO of Virgin Mobile.
The Virgin guy, yeah, that's fucking awesome, man.
He's an avid stoner and apparently has done a lot of work on the forefront for legalizing marijuana, and that's pretty awesome. So he's an entrepreneur and a hardworking guy who's a isn't he like a billionaire now? Multi-billionaire.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, isn't he like funding like some space exploration and shit?
Yeah. So see, that's a true example, the epitome, if you will, of what can happen if you let marijuana into your heart.
He's like, man, I just want to get high in space, man.
Look, I got a lot of fucking money, man.
In space, man. You know, I've been doing this for years, and I just want to be like stoned and look at the vastness.
Dude, you know how many spaceships and how many pounds of weed I can buy with the money I have, man? Look, come with me. Check this shit out. It's going to be sick.
Look, dude, we're going to travel space. We're going to smoke space weed. It's going to be amazing.
Smoking weed in space would probably be a pretty crazy experience.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd be completely terrified, honestly.
A crazier experience would be smoking space weed in space.
Ooh, double whammy.
Like rolling up on some other planets, like weed. It's gonna be awesome, dude.
Yeah. Hey, dude, here's someone else that is on the list here that I would have suspected in a sense, but Miley Cyrus apparently is a huge pothead now.
I bet her dad is too.
Yeah. She says that she's swiftly earned her pro pot reputation, smoking bong hits, calling herself a stoner, and naming her newest dog Mary Jane.
I hope that's true, but and not just like trying to tap into that audience, you know. I'm just gonna get the stoners after me now. Daddy, how do we get the stoners to love me?
It would make sense though, because she hadn't done shit in like 4 years.
Yeah. She's just been sitting around getting fucked up, eating ice cream,
just fucking chilling and getting stoned all the time, and not doing any more records or TV shows.
Check this out, dude. In 2005, the AARP, the American Association of Retired Persons, hosted a fucking smoke-in.
What?
To promote the legalization of marijuana, dude. The AARP.
And when was this?
In 2005.
Wow, I had no idea.
They've got like a logo with it says AARP, and it's got like a big pot leaf behind it that says "We smoke and we vote."
That's amazing. I do too.
They've got pictures of Matthew McConaughey there, like throwing the horns and shit, just like stoned.
Yeah, McConaughey's he's a stoner, isn't he?
Dude, yeah, for sure. Matthew McConaughey smokes some weed, dude. All right.
all right.
Nicole on this list too.
Who?
Nicole Richie.
Oh yeah,
daughter of Lionel Richie.
There's some obvious ones on this one. Hunter S. Thompson and Zach Galifianakis. There's Governor Gary Johnson.
Yeah, Gary Johnson. He's big, dude. He got injured really bad in some like hang gliding accident, and he says that smoking weed like made the recovery process so much easier on him. Changed his life.
Yeah, see, he should have been the president.
Yeah, he totally should have, man. We'd be smoking outside on our front porches right now.
We all fucked up.
We'd be like totally relaxed, smoking that good government bud.
And what's funny, I know you and I have talked about this a lot, is that there's people that we meet to where we say constantly, man, that dude would be fucking awesome if he only smoked weed.
well, yeah, I feel like there's a certain looseness that comes with, you know, being a pot smoker that makes it easier to, I mean, like, you know, it obviously aids to my social anxiety and like big situations and shit, but like there's some people it's just like, man, I know I could connect with you like 100% if you would just hit this bowl, man. You would just hit this fucking bowl and go on this journey with me. Yeah,
but there's a lot of activities I like to do on my own as well. Like the other night, I think I got home from bartending. It was 3:30 or 4 in the morning, and took a huge bong rip and just put on headphones and listened to all kinds of music. And that's all I needed, you know? I was completely happy and relaxed.
Dude, one of my favorite things is to sit in my living room, fucking just ripped, and just sit and listen to vinyl on my stereo loud as hell. Just sitting like in the perfect spot in the middle of my couch where all the speakers are angled perfectly and just fucking get absorbed into that shit.
Yeah, dude.
I fucking love it, bro. I've got the original masters of Dark Side of the Moon on vinyl. It's in it's like a different mix. It's amazing. It's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, that's one of my all-time favorite albums. I have a big tattoo from a quote from that album.
You do, and it's awesome. Dude, I also just thought of the next big porn magazine. The next big black porn magazine is going to be called Dark Side of the Poon.
A black porn? Dark Side of the Poon?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be awesome porno, man?
That's amazing.
It'll be like it'll take place in the 70s.
It should be a white astronaut that goes up to the moon and finds a bunch of black women and has sex with them.
That's what's sexy black women living on the moon
and they're all nymphos and they want to fuck white dudes.
Dark Side of the Poon. Oh, we coined that.
It's great, man. I love it. I love that. Harrison Ford is on this list on celebstoner.com.
Really?
It says he's never publicly spoken about marijuana or played a movie stoner, yet it's widely believed Ford is a pot smoker thanks to intuitive celeb stoner voters.
Plus, he mumbles like a motherfucker.
Yeah, so that one's, I guess that one's in the gray area, but I could believe it.
Cameron Diaz.
Diaz. That's actually the proper way to say it.
Diaz.
Yeah, but no one ever does, so it's actually become Diaz, I guess.
There's pictures of her smoking a doobie on here.
That's awesome.
Seth Rogen, obviously.
Yeah.
Another big stoner. I
got Brad Pitt on mine, which Brad Pitt is a dude that I really like, honestly. Yeah,
I'm down with Brad Pitt as well, man.
I think he's obviously a very passionate individual with the way that he's able to, he's someone who's so popular. You remember what we were talking about in the last episode, how some people get so popular that you see them. He is equally as popular, but somehow has this way to settle into his roles to a point to where I'm not thinking about Brad Pitt. You know what I mean?
Brad Pitt's always pretty damn believable to me too.
He's a great actor.
I agree, man. I like Brad Pitt. Woody Harrelson. I mean, everybody knows he smokes weed. I honestly feel like maybe we should try to do a weekly thing where we focus on one celebrity stoner. Like if there's any news of a celebrity stoner that we have to talk about it. That would be fun.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Celebrity stoners. Michael motherfucking Phelps.
Dude. Yeah, dude. Michael Phelps.
Who in my opinion is the greatest celebrity stoner of all time.
Yeah, my favorite swimmer of all time as soon as I heard that news.
Dude, I didn't even give a fuck about swimming until I found out Michael Phelps smoked weed. And now I love it, dude. And I hope he always wins forever.
Dude, they have Brad Daddy X on here, which is the front man for the Cottonmouth Kings. And it's like, no shit. Really? He smokes weed?
Yeah, that's pretty fucking obvious.
Yeah.
He's one of the guys from the Cottonmouth King.
Barack Obama was apparently really into weed when he was in high school and college and has openly admitted that.
Yeah, dude. Apparently he was a stoner back in the day.
They said when he was asked if he ever inhaled, he candidly replied, "That was the point."
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Justin Timberlake is on this motherfucker right here.
Ooh, I like Justin Timberlake.
I'm a fan of JT.
I like him, especially. I really started liking Justin Timberlake after I saw him on SNL. And I was like,
man,
this dude,
it was impressive.
Yeah, I was like, this dude's talented. There's no reason to hate on him.
I totally agree. It was really impressive when he
That's a gift that you and I have. I truly think, man, is that we are males and we can listen to pop music and some of this shit that most anyone else who's ever been in an indie rock band is gonna turn their nose up at and say, oh well, yeah, it'd be pretty cool if I was like a fucking 18-year-old girl. But
yeah, exactly.
we can listen to that shit and truly just say, yes, that song kicks ass. Like, I acknowledge that it's pop music and that a lot of stupid people are probably going to love this song, but you nailed it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when it's right, man. You can't deny that shit.
Sounds weird, but it might be cool. Check it out.
Not smoking dogs anymore. I keep forgetting we are smoking on some
other shit.
We are smoking on some Bobby Brown shit.
I keep forgetting we're not smoking dogs anymore. I keep forgetting now we're smoking on some Bobby Brown shit.
Yeah. It's also, dude, every song with love in it could be about weed, and that's like the most beautiful. That's like the beautiful thing about it, man. Any fucking song with love in it can be replaced to be about weed is so awesome.
What's another one?
Wait, dude, here we go. Hop in my Chrysler, it's the biggest wow, down through the Nug Shack.
The Nug Shack.
The Nug Shack is a little outfit.
We can get together. Nug Shack, baby. Nut Shack, baby. That was awesome.
That's another token smoke.
That's another token smoking out of bongs and packing it on up. Now it's white as a kite. I mean, white as a cloud.
It's white as a
I was definitely going for cloud there, and I ended up saying kite. It's as white as a kite.
And we're headed on down to the nut shack.
To the nut shack.
To the nut sack.
And we're headed on down to the nut sack, baby.
Nut sack. Stroking and a shaving. Cupping and a slurping.
Semen is a gleaming on the back of your neck.
The nut sack simmies and the shimmy.
Simmies. These are actually nutsack simulators, ma'am. These are what we like to call our nutsack simmies.
Hey, here we go. The weed take on the infamous the only hit that Ass ever had. Fucking and it's all for one and all for nugs.
Yeah. What about what was his that was from Three Musketeers, right?
Yeah, that was Ass, man. That was Adams, Sting, and Stewart. Right?
Oh, okay. What about what was his song from the Kevin Costner Robin Hood movie?
I can't remember. Dude.
Everything I do it for nugs.
You know it's true. Everything like, what are good prom songs that could be turned into weed songs?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, prom songs would be the best ones for sure.
Yeah, this very, very intimately sang.
What's well, there's got to be a Richard Marx song out there. There has to be one that you can turn into a song up.
What was wherever you go, whatever you smoke,
whatever you smoke, whatever you do, I will be right here smoking for you.
That's his song now. He just hangs out in his house, like in solitude, just singing that song. It's, like in his underwear, just sitting in like a computer chair, singing that song and smoking out of a pipe.
Whatever it takes, and how my butt breaks, I will be right here talking for you.
That is awesome.
Hey, why don't you unsnap your bra and let me see those movies? Huh? So, me and Melissa saw Red Dawn yesterday for like $1.
How was that?
I liked it. I mean, it's a good remake simply because it was, the plot is something that's really interesting to me. Like, North Korea just starts dropping fucking paratroopers in our country, dude, in our towns and shit. And they start taking over our towns and like putting people in these camps that are like with these huge signs like, you deserve to be here and shit like that. Everywhere, dude, it's crazy.
Wow.
It's so crazy. But like,
I'm glad to hear that you said you liked it, because Most everything I heard about it said it was fucking terrible. But
Yeah,
I don't always believe that. You know, it's more so I would believe one of my good buds who goes to see it and tells me.
If you wanted art, if you want it to be a fucking like art film, then yeah, it sucks.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you want it to be a modern remake of a movie, like every other modern fucking remake that's going on, then yeah, it was pretty good. The guy that played Thor was in it, and
Chris Hemsworth or whatever.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job. I mean, he's always good at being like
the leader bro.
Like the leader bro character.
Yeah.
He's he's just like, hey, I'm Bo, and I'm here, and I have emotions, and I'm fucking like always ready to swing some shit at somebody, man, in a heartbeat.
At all times, man.
So, and he did a good job. This like super Italian kid was the other lead character. I don't remember his name. I don't know how to explain him any otherwise. Like, he just looked like he was totally Italian. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, so it was good. There were some hotties in it as well. But we saw it at the Cinnabar here in Nashville, which was cool because you can just like order food while you're sitting there.
Oh, nice.
And then like, I'm trying to remember what I got. Like all the food is like movie themed, like I think I ordered a Big Lebowski or some shit like that.
That's awesome. Did you, can I ask you, I'm not trying to give away any kind of spoilers for the movie, but did it start with the same iconic scene like the first one did where all the paratroopers come in and start shooting up the school?
No, it didn't start with that scene.
I figured they would have changed that. Considering,
it was kind of similar, everybody spoilers, everybody's they're like standing out in their front yard, and the kid looks up, and there's just like there's bombs going off and shit, and there's just like looks like hundreds of fucking people dropping down to the sky and with parachutes. All these goddamn North Koreans just falling out of the sky.
Now, in the original one, wasn't it the Russians? It
was the Russians in the original one.
Right, but now since North Korea is our obvious enemy these days, it's the obvious choice to plug in there.
Well, right, and spoilers, for Utah and everybody else, like the Russians are involved as well.
Oh, the Russians show their nasty claws.
They show their rusky bear claws.
Rusky? What is that?
I don't know.
Is that it? Did you make up an adjective?
No, I think Ruski's like a derogatory term for the Russians. No offense.
No offense, guys. Hey, all of our listeners out there in Russia, listen, we love you. We don't think you're Ruskis.
Yeah, whatever that means, but Ruski Bear Claw sounded funny.
It's probably the equivalent to calling a black person blah, blah, blah.
Hey, blah, blah, blah.
Sick of all you blah, blah, blahs coming in here and ruining my damn property.
Look, here's what you don't understand, man. It's not okay for you to say blah, blah, blah. Okay? It's not. Not even if it's a joke.
Look,
only
man,
I can say blah, blah, blah.
I love you and everything, but you ain't like that, man. You can't be saying blah, blah, blah.
Imagine if blah 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 was like the ultimate derogatory term for like any race, but specifically, it would be bad within the hip hop community. Imagine how like Bone Thugs, their flows wouldn't even work.
Yeah, it's an extra syllable.
Yeah, because like they use it as like segues constantly in between like words and sentences. Like, could you imagine that?
Yeah, it's a rhythmic filler for Bone.
Yeah,
and honestly, all rappers are doing that.
Coming through, blah blah blah. We are here singing, blah blah blah.
We are here singing.
We are here singing.
We are here singing.
I didn't know where I was going with that.
Blah, 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 we are here singing. Blah, blah, blah. If you say, I keep saying blah, blah, blah so fast that I feel like I'm Hebrew or something. Blah, blah, blah. Or Muslim.
You're some sort of like desert foreign person. Yeah. So,
blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Please.
Blah, blah, blah. Please do not call me blah blah blah. You must never call me blah 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 again. Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. I also feel like we automatically go back to that Rasta Jamaica accent.
Yeah, that's a go-to for us for sure. Blah blah blah. Boom, boom, blah blah blah.
Everyone, put your hands up. Blah blah blah. Booyah. Blah blah blah.
Booyaka sha. Boom, boom, boom. Blah blah blah.
It's so weird. It doesn't even make sense after you say it so many times. Hey, so yeah, I didn't hate Red Dawn. Whatever, fuck the haters, man. It doesn't take much to entertain me as long as it looks good, and you know, there's some fighting and shit. I'm down. I'll watch it.
Well, I was asking you that because I'm very interested in seeing it, and I'll probably download it. Me being the elaborate movie thief that I am.
It always goes to blah 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 to download movies.
Stonehenge! Okay, guys, so thanks for listening again to the 12th episode of the Stonehenge Show podcast. Be sure, as always, to go to facebook.com/Stonehenge Show. Post on there anything you want us to talk about, because we will, I assure you. And thanks to everyone for the support and continuing to listen to us. And make sure you watch the Super Bowl this Sunday and get your sport on.
Hey, get your sport on with the Super Bowl. Don't forget, if you don't have iTunes, just go to stonehengeshow.com. There's a link right there. You can't miss it. And if you want to follow me on my blog or whatever, it's brandonwelch.com. All right? Do it.
You go to brandonwelch.com. You can also check us out on Twitter. That's something I've been getting a lot better at lately, is making sure that I'm utilizing my Twitter account. And my Twitter name is @ToddTanic, and Brandon's is @SaintDopium.
Saint Dopium, the patron saint of Dopium, is here and on Twitter.
The Lord.
For you on Twitter.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys as always. And be sure to check us out next week. And in the meantime, if you have some friends who want to get their giggle on with us, please send them our way. We would love to have them.
Tell your friends we love to get our giggle on at facebook.com/Stonehenge Show. Okay?
Okay, bring them in. We like to get our giggle on.
Please, we love to be interactive with the audience. This is much fun.
Yes.
Giggle.
If you tell me what you want me to talk about, I will. I just want to get my giggle on with you.
We just want to blah, blah, blah and giggle.
We will blah, blah, blah all over your face and giggle.
Stonehenge, baby.